But when it came to winning championships, he was just getting started. Mikan would stay in Chicago after winning a title with DePaul, signing with the American Gears of the National Basketball League. It was a 5-year, $60,000 deal, which is about $200,000 a year in today's money, and he justified that contract, helping the Gears to third place in the West with a 26-18 record, which was enough to make it to the World Basketball Tournament, where they'd take on the West's second-place Indianapolis Kotskis. Mikan would lead his team to a 3-2 series win over Indy, making it to the second round against the Oshkosh All-Stars. He'd get the broom out and sweep them 2-0. Mikan had led his Gears to the World Basketball Tournament championship game as a rookie, beating the Rochester Royals 3-1. He made the National Basketball League's first team, and he was MVP of the tournament. There was only one problem. The other owners in the NBL didn't like Maurice White, who owned the Gears. They decided to give the trophy to the team with the best regular season record, the Rochester Royals. Mikan was pissed, and Maurice White argued he should now be president of the NBL, but the owners were not having it. That's when White realized the opportunity to use Mikan to compete with the NBL. He decided to move the Gears to his brand new basketball league, the Professional Basketball League of America. It had 24 teams, the best basketball player in the world, and went out of business in a month, which was a huge problem for the Chicago American Gears. White tried to get back into the NBL, but the owners said no, and the Chicago team was dissolved, which meant Mr. Mikan was a free agent. Just kidding, we didn't have incredibly fun NBA free agent summers back then. What actually happened is the Detroit Gems were the worst team in the NBL in 1946. They won just 4 games that year. They would decide to move to Minneapolis and become the Lakers. But more importantly, they had first pick in the draft of the Gears players. George Mikan later wrote a book calling that Gears team the best he's ever played for. But life goes on, and with the first pick in the 1947 draft of the former Chicago American Gears, the Minneapolis Lakers select George Mikan from the University of DePaul, the beginning of the second most successful basketball franchise in history.
Passes to Mikan in the pivot, and the big center dribbles in and scores.
Jerry West feeds to Chamberlain. Kareem, skyhook, he is.
Here is Kobe exploding to the...
All because the NBL owners didn't like Maurice White.